Good afternoon to you. Welcome into District 20 Stadium as we are officially in the postseason. We've been in the postseason for a little while, but we've got more postseason soccer for you tonight. I'm Matt Pauley, Brian German, alongside our entire 20 TV crew as we get you set for Liberty playing host to Poudre in a big matchup here in the 5A soccer bracket. Before we go any further, I do want to let you know that if you'd like to order a DVD copy of this broadcast tonight, you can do so. $10 gets it for you. You can email us, 20tv@asd20.org, or give us a call at 719-234-1780, and you can relive this afternoon's, this evening's, whatever you want to call it, match over and over and over.
Wouldn't you love to do that?
Oh, I think many people would. Let's take a look at how these two teams got here, and especially for Liberty, a 22 seed, Brian. They came up with a big win against Arvada West.
They certainly did, and the 4-3 score was actually the shootout score. That game ended in a 0-0 tie after two halves of regulation and two overtime periods. They go to a shootout, and Liberty comes up big and wins it 4-3. And oh, by the way, you get to host because Poudre upsets Cherry Creek.
Yeah, and just as impressive as Poudre getting that win over Cherry Creek 2-1, and I read some stuff out of the Fort Collins newspapers where they were excited just to play Cherry Creek.
Yes.
And to beat Cherry Creek meant a whole lot to the players on this team, and now they have traveled south down here to Colorado Springs, and they match up against Liberty. As far as what they've done so far this season, Poudre's got a little bit of a better record than Liberty. A lot of the numbers are very close to each other. Liberty scores a little bit more, so they get a few more assists per game. Liberty just about a shot more a game. You're going to see Liberty get a few more saves a game as well. That goals against number is probably the big number because Liberty allows close to 2 goals a game. For Poudre, they're giving up less than a goal a game.
Yeah, you got a good goaltender in Hector Torrales. He does a good job for Poudre. He's got only 13 goals against this year, and that .867 is pretty stellar, but only 48 saves. So what that tells you is they play some good defense in front of Hector, and it'll be a good battle. I'm looking forward to it.
Let's take a look at some of the specific information from each team, starting with Liberty. This is their starters for the game tonight. They've got a lot of even scoring, but you look at Clinton Spencer. He comes in with 6 goals this season. Also coming in with 6 goals is Andrew Beers, and those are a couple guys that they'll be watching out for. But one of the things about Liberty is there's a lot of guys on this team who can certainly score. And as far as how they were able to get to this point, and we talked earlier about that win against Arvada West. That was the first postseason game, but they came in having they went into the postseason having won 3 in a row, a 5-1 win at Rampart. They beat Palmer Ridge, they beat Doherty. This is a fairly hot Liberty team coming into today's contest.
It certainly is. That impressive win over Rampart, and then also against a pretty good Doherty team. And the only time they really had a bad time was when we saw them here. We saw them take on Pine Creek, and Pine Creek had a little bit of their way on that day, winning that one 5-1. But Liberty's here; they're in the same stage of the playoffs as the Pine Creek Eagles, so anything can happen.
As far as what to expect tonight from Liberty if they want to win, these are the 3 keys to the game as submitted to us by Liberty coach Greg Braha. Stay organized, and what that really means is, stay home, stay where you're supposed to stay. Don't get out of position, and you got to be patient when you're organized, but that's a lot of it. Defensively, they got to put pressure on the ball, first force turnovers, and then take their shots. Don't get antsy. Don't just think you're going to lose the ball, so get a bad shot off. Take their shots, which are good scoring opportunities. As far as Poudre, as they come in, this is a look at their team, and the name that you really have to take a look at is Hector Rodriguez. He's a senior. 14 of the 32 goals they have scored this season have come from Rodriguez, darn near half of their goals.
Yes, and the next closest man is Contreras, who's not even a starter listed tonight, who has 5 goals on the season. Eduardo Hernandez has 4. So I would think if you're Liberty, you really want to know wherever Mr. 23 is on the field at all times.
Poudre is also a hot team coming in. We talked about that 2-1 win against Cherry Creek in the first round of the postseason. Before that, they had also won 3 in a row, defeating Mountain Range, Fossil Ridge, and Fort Collins. And that is what we know about Poudre as we get set for this evening's contest. We are just a few moments away from getting underway. It's a Liberty and Poudre, a couple 20-plus seeds taking each other on in the second round of the postseason from District 20 Stadium, and we'll get this one going next right here on 20 TV. Once again, alongside Brian German, I'm Matt Pauley. Welcome back into District 20 Stadium. We are just a few moments away from Liberty and Poudre, second round of 5A postseason soccer. And Brian, really, you can kind of say that each of these two teams today, at Liberty the 22 seed, Poudre the 27 seed, they're both hot teams, but they're also kind of playing with house money at this point.
Yeah, they certainly are, and especially if you're Liberty. It's tough to go. You go through 110 minutes of soccer at 0-0, and then you win in a shootout. You are ready to go. And how about the Liberty guys today with the red hair, Matt? I think it looks nice.
It's everybody has just about everybody has dyed their hair red, or unless they have naturally red hair, then maybe they didn't have to dye it. But that's a good team building thing to do in the postseason.
That's Kenyon and Spencer there in the middle of the field, and I don't think their hair is naturally red. It looks like a different kind of shade. That looks like
maybe a different hue.
Yeah. Hue. I like that.
You like
word.
that?
Hue. I might name my son Hugh. I like that word so much.
Oh, we're started off on fire today, just like the color of their hair.
Yes.
How about that for us?
Yes, very good.
Good segue there as we are officially underway. And you would think in the early going, as is often the case, these two teams are going to feel each other out. You know, we're talking about the red hair for Liberty. Mm-hmm. It looks like a bunch of the guys for Poudre have blue mohawks.
You're right.
So everybody's painting their hair.
I wonder if they called each other.
We did not get the memo to paint our hair, Brian. Oh, darn.
Not sure I would have.
We're about 30 seconds in as these two teams continue to play near midfield. Poudre's got it over on the right side. This is Sarmiento. Sarmiento moves it forward for Rodriguez, who is their top goal scorer, but can't get a whole lot on it, and the save is made. By the way, should be noted for Liberty, their starting goalie is Kyle Robinson.
Kyle Robinson did a great job in that game last week. Did a fantastic job through the scoreless minutes, and then had actually 3 saves in the shootout, but one of them was they got to re-kick and they made the goal, but he had 3 tremendous saves.
Just over a minute in as Liberty is trying to move it into their offensive zone. They have it on the right side, a bit of a trip. We'll see if there's a call. There's not going to be one. It goes out of bounds, and it's going to go back over to Poudre. Poudre, their mascot, if you want to call it a mascot, is the Impalas.
Yeah, I think that's some sort of ram kind of horse thing.
It's a car.
Yep, it is a car.
Yeah.
Their logo looks like a ram-esque sort of thing, but an Impala's a horse, isn't it?
I don't know, to be perfectly honest with you.
Okay. Thanks for your honesty.
Yeah, you know what? When I don't know things, I just admit it. It makes life easier. Don't want to get caught in a lie. 2 minutes in as these two teams continue to play near midfield. Liberty has it right about midfield. That was Jalen Thompson, and now Poudre's got it. It's sent down. It would have been offsides, but they were looking once again for Hector Rodriguez.
I think they're going to be looking for Hector Rodriguez all day because that's what they do. He's got the majority of their goals, 3 times as many goals as any other Poudre player.
Poudre, by the way, from the Fort Collins area. We were just told that an impala is an antelope-like animal.
Okay.
Thank you to our producer, director, Corey Morlock.
Producer, director, and Google-esque.
Yes.
Google.
It's good stuff. Pass. Here's once again with an opportunity, Rodriguez, but it gets kicked away as Liberty does a nice job. I believe that was Tyler Mellinger who came in and knocked it away. Anytime that Rodriguez is going to get it near the goal, it's a dangerous moment for Liberty.
It certainly is, and that's why Mellinger did a good job there just getting that away. But now Poudre has a corner kick. These situations always dangerous.
Rodriguez, though, is the one who implements the corner. It comes out. It gets deflected away back to the top, and this is Roche with it. Roche kicks it. It gets deflected back off the inline and out of bounds. Obviously, we haven't seen Poudre this year. I'm a little surprised that it's Rodriguez who kicks in on the corner.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe you can scoop one in there. Good job there by Liberty's Ryan Kenyon to stand in the way of that shot. Bounced off of him and went all the way out of bounds.
Once again, this is going to be Rodriguez to kick it in, second consecutive corner, and the goalie, Robinson, came out to knock that one away. It got deflected out to Dylan Elder, and it's off the sideline, and it's going to be out of bounds. And it looks like it's going to stay with Poudre.
Much to the chagrin of Coach Braha over there, who was calling it the other way.
Pass gets in.
Look out.
Opportunity from the left side and coming in and pushing it away. That's a heck of a play. I believe that was Mellinger again who was able to come in and do that. Now Liberty has some numbers going down. They're still able to possess it. They come on the left side, bringing it down. This is Andrew Beer, 6 goals on the year. He moves it down forward to the left side and to Kenyon. Kenyon has it, tries to get around player. Now centering pass gets deflected away, back out to the top. Poudre's trying to possess it. It comes back past midfield, and now it's sent down, and this is going to be Rodriguez. Rodriguez gets around one man, gets around a second man. He's right in front of the goal. It being triple teamed, and he gets tripped up. No call. Coming in from the right side and putting the shot up just over the net. That was Reyes Sarmiento, and that was a good chance for Poudre.
Sean Van Wyck does a great job here. Well, before the shot, Sean Van Wyck did a good job for Liberty getting the ball off of the foot of Hector Rodriguez. But, wow, that was a heck of a try for Sarmiento.
Ball gets kicked back into play by the goalie Robinson. Fight for possession near midfield. It comes right to midfield. Liberty's got it. They're trying to push it. A little bit of a fight for possession of it. Now they may move it over to the right side. They do so. This is Mellinger with it. Mellinger sends it down on the right side. That pass may have had just a little bit too much on it as it goes out on the sideline.
Just a little too much there for Alex Sullivan, who was running down the right sideline. It's tough, you know. You want to get it out there. You want to get it to only where your player can get to the pass, but just a little too far that time.
This is going to be kicked back into play by Ian Hughes. Hughes brings it in at midfield. Liberty had it for a moment. Poudre gets it back. A fight for it over to the right side. Now it goes back the other direction, and there's Rodriguez again with it. Rodriguez streaking down the left side, keeps possession of it, has one man to beat. Now he's going to pass it to the top. Not a very good pass. Deflected away, but Poudre is able to keep possession. Liberty gets it back, and they're going to clear it all the way down the field.
Nice job there.
Rodriguez may be the most exciting player we've seen this year. Now a little bit of discussion on who's going to have possession of it. Liberty's got it, and being knocked down was Clinton Spencer, and there's obviously got to be a whistle there.
Mason Arndt, pretty physical with that play right there, and I'm glad they called that foul.
Spencer will put in the free kick.
I wouldn't be surprised if he just tries to score it.
Maybe tries to hook it in there. There's a bit of a hole in the middle. Here we go, and he does put it right in the middle, but for Poudre, Dylan Elder was there, but Liberty still has it for a moment. Poudre gets it back, and they're going to send it down. They work it down the left sideline once again, finding Rodriguez. Rodriguez has it, sees if he can beat a man, and a collision, and Rodriguez goes down along with one of the Liberty players, and looks like it'll be Poudre to keep it.
Again, anytime that ball is on the foot of Hector Rodriguez, you can expect a host of Lancers to be there as they get a nice turn to get the ball back here.
Mason Arndt was going to send it in for Poudre, and then the officials changed the word and gave it to Liberty, and Liberty's going to try to get it down the field. Instead, they give it back to Poudre. Long shot, and it's going to go almost through the goalpost.
I wonder if they've been given the green light to make those long shots. Just go ahead and take a shot. You think you can get it from there? Just go ahead and try. Kyle Robinson, though, has seen a couple of them already, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's looking for that now.
If you don't do it too often, but you just bring it in every once in a while, it can catch a goalie off guard, that's for sure. Here is Rodriguez again. He loves that left side, although we've seen him on both sides. He puts a shot on goal, and it's wide left. Still going out there is Robinson to make the save, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Well, they call it corner kick. I think it went out before Robinson got it. Robinson was trying to keep it in play, and not such a bad choice there by Robinson because the Lancers could have kicked that ball out of there, but the ref called it out, so it's a corner kick, and here comes Rodriguez again.
Puts his foot into it right in front of the net. It goes off the foot of Elder. Now Rodriguez gets it back, but Kyle Robinson's able to grab it and put it back into play. And here comes Liberty once more. Going down the field for Liberty was Beers. They lose it. They get it back. They work that left side. Back over to Jalen Thompson. Thompson loses it. and they're going to move it to around midfield. Liberty gets it right back, and we're back to playing right around midfield as the two teams fight for possession. Liberty has it with Thompson. Thompson's going to pass over the right side, deflects off the official. Now centered, but deflected by Poudre's Chris Seidel. But Liberty still has it on their half of the field right now, and they've had it there for quite some time. They just need to get in a little bit deeper.
Nice job.
Here they go on the left side and trying to get around a man, Kenyon. Kenyon could not do it. It gets brought back out, and Liberty's kind of able to reset the offense here.
The way Ryan Kenyon had kept that ball, I thought he was going to get by there.
We're about 10 minutes into this contest. There's still no score. Ball stolen away by Ian Hughes. Hughes moves it forward, but again, Liberty's able to get it back. Liberty moves it over to the left side. This is Andrew Beers with it. Beers is going to pass. Now it gets sent down towards Alex Slater. Slater tries to save it in bounds. He's unable to do so.
Every time we do a game here, Matt Pauly, someone in Clates falls down on the asphalt.
That's a tough area to go to.
You got to warn the visiting teams about that.
No kidding.
No?
This time it was Preston Roche who went down, and when he came up, he kind of lifted his arms up to say, I'm okay, and I'll take a bow.
That's Ian Hughes kicking it for Poudre. He's a tough physical player. Big guy. He's already knocked a couple of the Lancers around.
Ball comes out of bounds. Take their time to get it back in. We could call this game a matchup of the Red Hairs versus the Blue Hairs.
You're right.
Ball sent back towards midfield. That's Ian Hughes with it. Hughes gives off to Eric Eggleton. Eggleton sends it down. This is it for Rodriguez. Rodriguez trying to get to it.
Good job.
He gets kind of boxed out, and the ball is going to come out of bounds. Alex Slater was right there along with Tyler Mellinger. And really, you got to have two guys probably on Rodriguez at all times.
It looks like Liberty's, that's the plan pretty much, because it looks like they have two ready to stop him anytime he touches it.
Ball put in play. Fought for near the sideline. Liberty's trying to possess. Sent down towards midfield. And right now, Liberty doesn't even, for a moment, they didn't even have anybody on their offensive side of the field.
Right.
They're packing it in a little bit. When they get a chance to attack, they'll bring some people up. Here's Kenyon with it. Kenyon moves it forward. Comes to midfield. Now back out to the left side into Andrew Beers. Beers will see what he does. He's got some room to work. He's going to come around towards the center. He's got to get a shot off. He does, but it gets deflected off of Eric Eggleton, and it goes out of bounds.
Eggleton did a good job there coming forward. You could just feel the momentum with Andrew Beers as he moved towards the net there. And there you see him. He looks a little shaken up. He's kind of tripping a little bit. But you knew he had to get a shot off pretty soon because the Impala defenders were coming in on him.
Have not yet called Clinton Spencer's name all that much in this game. He leads the team with 16 goals. We've called Kenyon's name a few times. He's second on the team with 10 goals coming into today.
I think Poudre probably doing the same thing to Spencer as Liberty's doing to Rodriguez, making sure they know where he's at all times.
For those of you who have been tuned in from the beginning, we gave some of the numbers wrong during our pregame show, but the leading scorer is Spencer for Liberty, 16 goals. Kenyon has 10, and then 6 goals for Beers. On the right side, shot on goal, and it just goes left, and looking for possibly a call. That was Clinton Spencer. He was not real happy with the way things went down. I don't know.
Spencer came down. I don't know if he was looking for.
He may have just been frustrated.
It might have been one of those issues where do I shoot it? Do I pass it? Do I shoot it? Do I pass it? And he kicks it, and it's halfway in between.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
27 minutes to go in the first half. We are scoreless. Not a huge surprise that we are scoreless.
No.
Liberty has it on the left side. That's Kenyon. Kenyon loses it. Poudre gets it, and Liberty's going to try to get it back. Poudre's going to move it down on the right side. That was Sarmiento, but it gets deflected away.
Alex Slater doing a good job on defense there. Just get it out of bounds. Sometimes when they get the ball a little bit too far into your end. You don't have enough guys back. Just kick it out and set up a little bit.
There's Sarmiento. Sarmiento moves it ahead for Hernandez. Eduardo Hernandez has it. He's going to back it up. This is Rodriguez. Rodriguez trying to save it in the corner. A slide tackle and coming in. Jalen Thompson just knocks it out. Anytime Rodriguez has it, they would rather it go out of bounds than stay on Rodriguez's foot.
I think so. Look at the good job by Jalen Thompson here. Got the one foot in front and actually kicked it out of bounds with the back foot there.
Rodriguez to put in play, and the corner gets deflected back out away, but Poudre's able to continue to possess as this is Roche. Roche moves it ahead. Good opportunity for Liberty. It's still out in front of the goal, and coming up and grabbing that away from everybody is Kyle Robinson. That's a nice play by the goalie.
Good job by Kyle to take that one away. Here's a nice high kick off the foot of Van Wyck there, and Robinson comes forward. Wasn't going to let Hernandez get that one.
Ball goes out of bounds on the other side of the field. And Liberty's got to keep possession, so they're deep in their territory. But now a substitution on who's going to be sending it in. That is Zach Umana to come in. Umana sends it in. Comes out to the front, and Jalen Thompson. Thompson has it, tries to get around one man, cannot do so. And sent all the way down, and that may roll all the way out of bounds. It does.
That was interesting, Matt, if you watch when Liberty gets the ball inside the offensive side of the field, all of Poudre's players are lined up just waiting for them to pounce on that ball and to get that ball back.
It seems like these teams are waiting for a mistake to score a goal, and they're much more focused on not allowing a goal.
Yep.
And when you got two teams that are more focused on not allowing a goal, you're not going to get many goals.
Right.
Poudre's got it. They're going to move it ahead. This is Rodriguez. A foot race coming in. A very good job by Sean Van Wyck to push that one away. And
they're going to call a foul on Rodriguez over there. It's going to be Liberty kick. Liberty ball.
One of the officials talking to Rodriguez, explaining why the call was made.
Look at that great slide tackle. Good job by Sean Van Wyck. And that's what they called on.
Yeah. A little bit of frustration there coming out.
Rodriguez.
You get slide tackle, you want to slide tackle back.
Right.
Liberty's got it. They're able to hold on, but they're going in the wrong direction. Now here's Rodriguez again. Rodriguez has it taken away. Moved forward. Liberty's got it. Looks like they got a little momentum going towards the goal. This is Thompson. Thompson has it. Thompson's going to move it forward, and it gets kicked away by Poudre. I'm not sure, he might not have just wanted to slow down, create some room, and put it on net.
He was trying. He tried to get it forward to Ryan Kenyon, I believe, that was running down the middle of the field.
Beers sends it in. This is Thompson with it once again. Working on the left side. He loses it. I'll tell you what, Jalen Thompson has spent a lot of time on the ground over the last few minutes, both by his own doing and by being taken down as well.
Certainly has. Poudre is a physical team, and Liberty's got to bring some of that same physicality to this game. I think they've done it so far, especially in the defensive end. We'll see if they can open something up here.
Andrew Beers to send it in. It was thrown in, and Liberty's not able to get possession. And I guess they're going to give that to Poudre. I thought that was last touch Poudre.
I thought it was too.
But what do we know, right?
Yeah.
Don't answer that question.
I tried my best not to.
Roche sends it in. Poudre has it. Liberty gets it back. Sent down the left side.
Here we go.
We'll see what could happen here. Possible goal opportunity for Clinton Spencer, and it goes out of bounds.
Corner kick.
You do get a corner. Spencer, a great opportunity.
You mentioned earlier, Spencer comes into this game. He's got 16 goals. He definitely knows what to do when he has the ball. He had to catch up with it there. Tried to make a move, though, and a good defensive play by the Poudre defender there to get it out of bounds. And it's a corner kick for Liberty.
Going to be put in by Parker Wells. Wells in play. Header right at the top. Another headed opportunity, and it goes a little bit above the net, and it's going to go back to Poudre. But an opportunity for Liberty.
Mellinger had the second head here. Here's the kick by Wells. Good placement, I thought, but Poudre got the first head in there, and then Tyler Mellinger just hits it just a bit too high. It was a nice try by Mellinger, though.
21:40 to go in this first half. There's no score. Ball put in play out towards midfield. Liberty gets it back. Poudre. Eric Eggleton had it. Gets pushed back. Liberty tried to get it. Now a long kick all the way down the field. Poudre with it, left side. Now a centering pass towards Rodriguez. Rodriguez tries to give it back on the left side, but there's a whistle as the ball goes out of bounds. It is getting a little chippy between these two teams.
Yeah, Sagstetter there, a little bit more physical than Eduardo Hernandez cared for, but just a good play by Sagstetter.
So Liberty's got it as we approach the halfway mark of the first half. It's going to be a free kick. Sent down the sideline, deflects back towards midfield. They're going to work it over to the left side towards Beers. Beers has it, deflects it back to the middle. Spencer, almost an opportunity. He's frustrated with himself. He wanted to get that solidly on his foot, was not able to do so. And Poudre just dumps it back down. They're doing that a lot.
They certainly are. Neither of these teams too worried, like you said, about trying to score. They're more worried about keeping the other team from scoring, especially Poudre at this point.
Well, it seems like for Poudre, their only offensive weapon is Rodriguez. That's the only guy that they try to attack the net with.
Yep.
Everyone we've seen.
Look out.
Seidel a couple times, now sent to the middle, and offsides, just barely offsides for Sarmiento.
The official was right there, though, made the call. I think it was a good one. So Kyle Robinson will be able to put this back into play for Liberty.
Sarmiento, we just see him. He's another guy that we have seen go to the net.
Excuse me, it's Parker Wells going to kick this off here.
Wells puts his foot into it, comes across midfield, and Poudre's got it. This is Elder bringing it up. Elder moves it forward towards Roche. Liberty gets it back. Another centering pass over towards Spencer. Spencer to Thompson. Thompson to Beers. Beers has it on the left side. He'll try to get around one man. He's looking to pass. Thompson came around back, did not get it. Beers still has it. Passes over to Spencer. Now taken away, and the Liberty fans want a call, and so does Spencer. But Poudre's got it, bringing the ball all the way down. That was Seidel, but Liberty's able to get it back.
Spencer wanted a handball there on Poudre. It did pop up.
There has to be a whistle there.
Now they get that call.
Yeah. For Poudre coming in, Mason Arndt, he hip checked.
We might have a card here. Yep. Yellow card for Eduardo Hernandez of Poudre. Look at the official did not like how physical that hit was. Oh, nope, he didn't like the way Eduardo Hernandez kicked the ball afterward. So that's why he gets the yellow card, and there's Hernandez getting a talking to by Poudre's head coach.
So Hernandez, the yellow card.
Eric Eckhoff, you got to keep your cool. I know it's a physical game. You got to keep your cool. You can't have situations like this happening, getting cards.
I think that's the first card we've seen in any of our games that we've done this year.
You and I, yes.
Yes. Was there a card?
There was a card in the Pine Creek game.
Okay.
Just on Lakewood.
Gotcha. I missed that game. I missed you guys.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Honeymoon, yeah. You always miss everybody when you're on your honeymoon.
Yeah.
You miss lots of people.
But I'm back.
Yep. Welcome back.
Bob did a good job. I'm sure.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Play-by-play guy, not so much.
Yeah, of course not.
Bob did great.
I know that guy. 1828. Bob will be with me when we do a football game next Friday, postseason football game.
Awesome.
Sent down towards the net after everything gets back in play. And Liberty has it. Liberty, you'd think, would have a little bit of momentum right now, but now Poudre has it, and they're bringing it down the field. This is Seidel. Seidel moved it ahead towards Rodriguez. And Rodriguez, the motor that he has.
Yes. Great job by Parker Wells just sending that one back to Robinson.
Following the yellow card, you get the feeling that each of these teams are kind of puffing out their chest a little bit and have a little extra gas in the tank.
Not too happy with that. You can see Eduardo Hernandez over there sitting. He's on the end of the bench now. He's not talking to anyone. I wonder if the Coach Eckhoff is that mad at him to keep him out.
Just about 17 and a half minutes left in this first half, and as this game goes along, you start to kind of get the feeling, and even though we've got 37, check that, 57 more minutes, that this may end up being a 1-0 contest. The first goal might just win this thing. Ball sent down. Poudre's going to try to get it, but they're not able to do so. They retain possession. And this is Sarmiento to send it in.
Lots of fans made the trip up here from Fort Collins, where
Yep.
Poudre High School is located.
About a 2-hour drive or so.
Down here, yeah, 2 hours.
Having a hard time getting it in, Sarmiento, and finally he goes over to the right side, and
Oof.
Diego Rivera.
It was close. Rodriguez was right there.
Good move, moving towards the goal, a little bit of a pass. I'm not sure if that was on purpose or not. Poudre's trying to keep possession of it. This is Roche. Roche moves it over to the right side to Seidel. Now back out to Sarmiento. Sarmiento tries to keep possession of it, unable to do so, but did make sure that it was Ryan Kenyon to put it out of bounds.
A little slick down there. Watch how Liberty now packs it in. And it looks like Rodriguez is coming out. Hector Rodriguez coming out.
It is a slick surface. I was down on the field before the game, and this is as slick as I've ever felt the turf here at District 20 Stadium. And they've got the field turf here. It's not actual grass. Just under 16 minutes as Sarmiento sends it in the direction of Seidel. Seidel had it, puts it on goal, and that snuck its way through, but Kyle Robinson was ready to get it.
Jan Stelzner was coming in on goal there. Here's a replay of it, and Robinson that's what you got to do as a goalie. It's got to be your ball. Go get it.
Just over 15 minutes to go. First half, no score. From District 20 Stadium, Liberty playing host to Poudre, a 22 versus 27 seed. Both teams came up with upsets in the first round of the postseason. Saw a lot of upsets in the first round statewide. And you don't know, especially with high school kids, you don't know what kind of impact a 2-hour bus ride has on them going in.
True. Plus, it's a whole different ball game in the playoffs because in the regular season, you know some of the players you play against. You know the teams you play them, all the time. Some of these kids play club as well, and they know these players. But when you get into a playoff situation, you don't know these players so much.
Sent ahead, but Sarmiento is going to be offsides. And for Poudre, in their last game, they defeated Cherry Creek, and there was an interview, I believe it was with Hector Rodriguez on the out of the Fort Collins newspaper. They did 10 questions or 20 questions or something, and he talked about how important it was to how excited they were to be able to play Cherry Creek because they don't always play those Denver schools. And I mean, Cherry Creek is one of those schools statewide that everybody knows about, and they never gotten the opportunity to play them. To play them and beat them meant a lot to this team, and you get the feeling this team has a ton of confidence coming in. Liberty sending it ahead on the left side. This is Sullivan trying to keep possession of it. He does so, tries to get around the corner, kicks. It goes right back to him. It goes out of bounds, and Liberty's going to keep it, but now a whistle. A whistle, and the official's coming over. We're not going to see another card, are we?
I believe we are.
We are going to see another card, and
Another
I think
yellow.
that's for Mason Arndt.
You see the tackle. We just showed it to you there. The official, I think, is getting a little bit angry with how physical Poudre is being, and the tackle's fine. It's what they're doing after the tackles that's getting him in trouble. In the case of Eduardo Hernandez, it was because he kicked the ball away. In the case of Arndt, I'm not sure. He might have done a little more excess after the takedown there.
When Arndt got the yellow card, he was visibly angry.
Yes.
And towards the official. You need to be careful at that point.
Yeah, you can get a red card easy.
Yeah. So 2 yellows, one for Arndt, one for Hernandez in this game. And Liberty's got it.
Here we go.
In front of the net, now a possible opportunity, and gets deflected back out. This is Alex Slater with it. Slater sends it to the middle, back over towards Mellinger, back out to the top. Liberty's not able to possess it. Sent down. Liberty gets it back on a deflection.
Be interesting to see what Poudre does on the attack here without Rodriguez in the game.
Sent down. Now off the head, and it comes back down, and the goalie, Robinson's going to come out and get it.
Nice job by Robinson to get there before the oncoming Impala.
That was bad.
Sorry.
That was really bad.
I didn't think so.
I did.
Okay.
One man's opinion. Under 13 minutes to go. There's no score. I wonder what Eric Eckhoff, the head coach for Poudre, is thinking right now. His team's even, but there's 2 yellow cards. At times his team has looked out of control.
But I don't think he's worried about being scored on because he's got 2 of his best players on the bench right now. Rodriguez and Hernandez, between the 2 of them, have 18 goals and 8 assists. I'm really surprised that they're both sitting on the bench right now. I know that Eduardo got the yellow card, but why is Rodriguez down there?
He might just be looking to get to the second half scoreless.
Maybe.
Just, shorten the game. All of a sudden, make this thing just a 40-minute contest.
12 minutes. Their best scorer on the field right now is Daniel Contreras, number 9. He's running around the middle of the field. You'll probably see him get closer to the box.
He's a junior, or excuse me, he's a freshman. Beg your pardon. No, I was right the first time. He's a junior.
J's and F's look the same, really. Long kick.
Goes out. Now the official's whistling for something.
He's just trying to get him to calm down a little bit, I think.
I don't think the officials are real happy with the way Poudre is going about their business.
Well, we knew coming in, Coach Braha from Liberty told us that Poudre's a physical team and that they're going to try and intimidate the Lancers a little bit. It's not working on the Lancers, and it's certainly not working with the officials.
Ball sent down. Poudre has it on their defensive side of the field. They're just going to work it towards the middle and send it back. There's no urgency for Poudre to do anything offensively. But now they get an opportunity. Ball on goal, but it's wide left, as that was Diego Rivera, a junior midi, who put it somewhat on net. Left of the net.
No comment. Kyle Robinson will put this one back in play. By the way, Robinson, the kicker for the football team, the Liberty football team as well.
Puts it in play. Did we ever figure out what happens when football and soccer are playing at the same time? It's a good question.
Look out. Contreras. Oh. I like the way Robinson played that. Even though they call it offsides, but I just like the way he nonchalantly came out and, whatever. I mean, just knock this down.
I like his presence in the net for Robinson.
Liberty obviously does too. Last week, that is an awful lot of soccer to play without giving up a goal.
It really is. Full 80 minutes plus a couple overtimes. We have eclipsed the 10-minute mark of this contest. Still no score. Second round postseason action in the 5A bracket. Hughes puts it in play.
Nice job by Thompson.
Now back out to the middle, and this is kicked back out. With it for Poudre. That's right up front, and it goes wide left, and not real happy with himself. Mason Arndt. Arndt thought he had a better chance. Check that. It's not Mason Arndt.
Quinn Milligan.
Beg your pardon. Yeah, it is Quinn Milligan.
Oh, he thought he saw an opening, although I think Robinson would have been ready. Robinson knows exactly where those goalposts are. You see him being nonchalant. He knows when it's outside. He takes his time and just knows he's going to have to get a different ball to put back into play.
Mason Arndt is back in, as is
2 yellow card.
Yep.
And Rodriguez.
Hernandez, Arndt, and Rodriguez back in. So maybe they're trying to get something here in the final 8.5 minutes of this first half. with it from the left side. This is Hernandez. Hernandez loses it, but his teammate Elder has it. Now a bit of a move from Rodriguez. Rodriguez puts it on goal.
Wow.
It's just wide right.
Okay, now I didn't like the way Kyle Robinson was nonchalant on that because I thought that had a good chance of going in. But like I said, he knows that net a little better than I do. Just kind of jogging over. Yep.
Rodriguez just waited for the defender to get just a little bit to his left, and he just immediately got a shot off.
He's a heck of a player. Here comes Liberty.
Ball comes down the left sideline. It is a foot race. We'll see who wins. Liberty gets it. This is Kenyon. Kenyon brings it back out to Slater. Slater comes to the middle with it, and this is Spencer getting it to the top. Mellinger passes over to the right side. Now Beers is working on the right side. He was working on the left side earlier. Comes around, tries to get around a few defenders, gets tripped up. The ball goes out of bounds, and getting it back will be Poudre.
No call there. Beers wanted a call, but there's nothing.
7.5 minutes to go in this first half.
Ian Hughes takes his time setting these up, doesn't he?
He does.
It's interesting because usually the goalie takes these. Usually Hector Torales would be the guy taking these kicks, but they must like the leg of Hughes better.
Hughes gets it right to about midfield, but Liberty's got it. Thompson moves it forward, but puts it just out of the reach of Clinton Spencer.
Wonder if Coach Braha might talk to his team here in this half or maybe at halftime, just about a little bit better possession of the ball.
Ball comes out of bounds.
Take another couple dribbles before you make that pass maybe, if you can. Jalen Thompson at that point, I thought, could have held on to the ball a little bit longer.
6 minutes and 47 seconds to go in this first half. There's still no score. And we'll see if either of these teams can get on the board before halftime. Comes out of bounds, and everybody for Liberty is saying that's the Liberty ball, but the officials give it to Poudre. Hernandez with it, and it goes back out of bounds.
Nice job over there by Beers to knock that ball out of bounds. Because Hernandez and Rodriguez for Poudre, two quick players. You really got to keep your eyes on them.
6:15 to go. First half, no score. From the left side, that's Hernandez who had it for a moment. They get it back out towards midfield. Ball's up in the air, up for grabs, and Liberty's got it. This is Spencer bringing it down the right side.
Move.
And he just loses it. A 1-on-4 break, and he cannot hold on as it comes back out of bounds.
That was a great job defensively there by Mason Arndt. I really thought that Spencer was going to get beyond him, but and he worked hard. That's just great work there by Clinton Spencer trying to get it going. And now Liberty with a good chance here with the ball deep in the Poudre end.
5.5 to go. No score.
Nice move.
Centering pass, and Liberty didn't have anybody over on the left side of the net. If they would have, they may have had an opportunity. Now Slater from the top. Slater passes over to the left side. This is Sullivan. Sullivan centers it towards the net. Deflected back away. Sullivan may get it back. It's right at the sideline. Sullivan tries to put it back towards the net, but it goes out of bounds off the end line with just over 5 minutes left, and looks like we're going to get a corner.
Yep, Parker Wells will do the duties for Liberty. Wells put a nice ball up last time he had a corner kick.
Put a great one, and they got two head opportunities off it and were unable to put it in net, but this may be the last great scoring chance here in the first half for Liberty. We'll see. Gets put out in front, and it's right there, but again, Poudre was there to deflect it away. Now Poudre with a little bit of momentum bring it down, but a good job coming in by Thompson to knock that one out of bounds. Poudre will keep possession, but Liberty will be able to move back and set up their defense.
Jalen Thompson with some speed. Does a good job getting rid of that one.
Just under 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. Still no score. It's the second round of the 5A soccer tournament.
Nice job, Jalen.
Thompson gets it. Gets deflected away. Fight for possession. Liberty's got it. Here's Spencer. We'll see if Spencer can really get into the action. He's bringing it down. Now he's going to send it ahead to Thompson just a little bit in front of him. Thompson's going to be able to get it before it goes out of bounds. He's going to center it. And
there you go. There you go.
Big opportunity on the right side, and that's a goal for Liberty.
Ryan Kenyon in front. What a great job by Jalen Thompson to secure that ball, hang on to it, set up, and send it across into the middle. And Ryan Kenyon gets his 11th goal of the year, and it's a big one.
11 goals. That is second on the team. Kenyon makes it 1-0 with just under 4 minutes left. You see him come in there, and he gets the perfect angle towards the side of the net where the keeper could not get to it.
Great job by Thompson and Kenyon. Watch Kenyon just secure the ball here with his feet, make a move, and knew exactly where to put it. Great job. The Lancers up 1-0, 3:56 left in this first half.
Huge goal.
Awesome.
1-0 our score as Liberty got the lead, and it all started with the corner, and they were able to continue to work off that. Now we'll see what Poudre tries to do offensively. You know they're going to try to gamble a little bit here at the end of the first half and try to even this thing up going to halftime. But Liberty has it. If you're Liberty, you want to make sure that you have that lead at halftime.
That's what happens in these defensive games. You really get into this where every time you get an opportunity like Poudre does now, you got to take advantage, full advantage of it.
Ball gets deflected out towards midfield. This is Thompson. Thompson moves it forward, gets it back. Thompson tries to hold on, and he gets pushed off the ball, and that's a whistle, and that's going to give it back. And you're seeing some extra energy from Liberty right now.
Yeah, and really impressive play with Jalen Thompson. You know, he's got the assist on that goal there, and he's been a great job defensively and on the offensive end for Liberty so far tonight.
Just under 3 minutes to go in this first half. It's 1-0 in favor of Liberty as they look to move on in this postseason tournament. Ball put in play. Deflected away.
Good Beers.
Some marks on the deflection, and now it goes back out of bounds. And they're just trying to make sure they don't slip on that asphalt down there when the ball gets out.
I mentioned Jalen Thompson. He's just a sophomore for the Lancers, and he showed some poise there. He's been, he's got most of his points in the latter half of the season. That was his third assist on the year, and just a great job.
Listed at defense, but you can see some offensive skills.
Playing more midfield now.
Yeah. Under 2 minutes left in this first half. Poudre moves it ahead to Hector Rodriguez, but it gets deflected back out of bounds. Poudre will keep it. Rodriguez is on the left side. Keep an eye on him right now. Sent in towards, Mellinger was there, was able to move it away. Comes back out and saving it on the left side is Seidel. Seidel puts it back in. Now, some funky spin on the ball. Gets deflected away, comes back out towards midfield. Bit of a foot race and working down the sideline. It's going to go back out of bounds, and this will give it to Liberty. And in a perfect world, Liberty will just keep possession of it for the next minute 15.
They'll see what they can do. They'll take their time, I'm sure.
Wind is starting to pick up here at District 20 Stadium.
Well, there might be some rain-snow mix coming in here, too, as well. You can see it off on the horizon. Beers needs to catch up with that one, but couldn't quite do it.
Goes back out of bounds. We got less than a minute left as the clock continues to tick. Ball sent in. Thompson, good defense as he's right there with them. Gets the ball away, and it comes out of bounds. Poudre will get to keep it, but this is taking valuable seconds off the clock.
Nice job by Thompson to possess that ball.
Thompson's everywhere right now.
Yeah, he is. Oh.
Continues to hold on to it. Send it down the right side. There's Thompson again towards midfield. There's man open on the left side. That's Sullivan. They put it towards Sullivan. Foot race to keep it, and it goes out of bounds. And
you got 10 seconds. Let's see what you can do, Liberty. 8, 7, 6. Slater will try and get something going.
There's got to put a shot on goal right here. And they do, but it's going to go wide left. And at the end of one half, it is 1-0 in favor of Liberty off the goal with 3 minutes and 56 seconds left in the first half from Ryan Kenyon. A defensive first half where Liberty caught a break.
They certainly did, and I'm impressed with the Lancers. They played really, really well defensively. Haven't had a lot of attempts on the offensive side, but they made the most of them.
Liberty leads 1-0 is our score. We'll come back with some halftime numbers and thoughts, and then the second half is right around the corner as well as you're watching Poudre and Liberty on 20 TV. Halftime at District 20 Stadium, 1-0 is our score, 1-0 off this goal right here. 3 minutes and 56 seconds left in the first half. Ryan Kenyon with the goal. It all got started with Jalen Thompson, who had a nice pass, and that made it 1-0. Matt Pauley, Brian German. Brian, the way this thing is going, that might hold up.
It certainly could. There's been some really good defense and already 2 yellow cards on a couple of the Poudre players. Have to keep an eye on that. If one of them gets a red card, it could really turn into a Liberty just back up and make sure Poudre doesn't score.
Well, Liberty's already going to probably pack it in a little bit more. These two teams have played defensive-oriented games so far. For Poudre, they don't have a lot of offensive weapons, so they can't change their game to be more offensive when they're down. They're not built for a comeback.
It doesn't seem like they can. Liberty's really got to be wary because what Poudre does, they kind of suck you into the offensive end and then they'll kick it over your head, and then Hector Rodriguez will outrun everyone to the ball and get a scoring opportunity. Haven't seen it too often here in this half, or in the first half, because Liberty's done a good job defensively.
1-0 is our score. Liberty leads Poudre. The winner advances to the third round. The loser has their season come to an end, and we've got the next 40 minutes of play next here on 20 TV. Second half just underway, 1-0 Liberty leads. Welcome back in. Matt Pauley, Brian German with you from District 20 Stadium. Great to have you with us as just like that they take the ball down the field. And
we thought Liberty might pack it in defensively, but it looked like they came out with an offensive attitude right there.
They really did. Maybe they want to get one more goal. Try to surprise folks on what's
one more
going
is
on.
always better, isn't it?
A 2-goal lead feels a lot better than a 1-goal lead. You can't get tied up on 1 goal on a 2-goal lead. Think about that for a little while.
Wow, your math is amazing.
Just blew your mind with that statistic as Hector Rodriguez sends it down. Here's an opportunity on the right side. Liberty's able to get the ball back, and a whistle. And is this going to result in a free kick on the right side? That's going to be this is a great opportunity for Poudre in the early going.
It certainly is. Here it comes again. Ooh.
A little bit of a shove. I
guess that's what they called on Sean Van Wyck there.
Yeah, I think it was the upper body stuff, not the lower body stuff.
See what Rodriguez can do with this one.
So it's a free kick. This is better than a corner kick. They send it in. Comes back out to the top. Sarmiento now to Arndt. Over to the left side. Deflected away. Liberty gets it.
Great job defensively by the Lancers there.
Poudre's got to do a little bit better of a job on it. They did not get a good scoring opportunity out of that. As the ball comes back towards the goaltender, and right there to grab a hold of it, Kyle Robinson.
Robinson had to spin around. Watch it here on the replay. As the header, I don't think he was expecting the header to come on that play from Preston Roche.
Roche puts a little bit more on that. That's a goal.
Yeah. I think Robinson was waiting for him to play with his feet. He wasn't expecting him to play it that high.
We're 2 minutes into the second half as Liberty leads 1-0. If you're just joining us, Ryan Kenyon scored a goal in the final 4 minutes of the first half to give Liberty the 1-0 lead. So this game has been a scoreless game for the vast majority of it.
Poudre's going to make Kyle Robinson run now, though. Robinson's done a good job running a couple of these balls down.
37 minutes, 35 seconds to go. Ball sent down.
Wow.
Long ball.
That was a leg.
Liberty's able to get it. Shot on goal, deflected away. Liberty is going from left to right from the way we see it here in the second half. Centering pass, shot on goal, and it's just a little bit high for Clinton Spencer.
Spencer thought he had that one. Nice play here by Alex Sullivan to get it over to Spencer, who played it right off the pass. Wow, just a little lower. That would have been something good.
Good scoring opportunity.
Nice dish by Alex Sullivan.
Hector Torales in goal. We haven't really called his name very often. He's a good goalie. All sent down towards midfield. Liberty still has it. They send it back down on the right side. This is Sullivan. Sullivan loses it for a moment, and Liberty is unable to keep hold of it. Comes back towards midfield. For Poudre. Roche had it. Now Liberty gets it back once again. This is Sullivan. Sullivan centers it. Poudre deflects it back away, and it's going to end up out of bounds. And
Poudre ball.
Poudre's got it.
They go immediately into Rodriguez.
And Rodriguez is going to be asked to do a lot of work. He sends it forward. A little bit of.
Whoa.
That was in no man's land as Roche and Robinson kind of had a foot race from opposite ends going for the ball.
Robinson is fearless out there. He knew he was going to play that ball. He wasn't worried about Roche at all.
And Robinson really getting the most opportunities recently with this Liberty team, and he's been able to step up into it. And whether it's soccer, hockey, whatever it is, if you can ride a hot goalie, you can ride them. You can win a whole bunch of games in a row. Now here's an opportunity for Rodriguez. Sent towards the net, and that is a goal for Hector Rodriguez. Kyle Robinson is asking the officials for some sort of call. He's not going to get it, and Rodriguez has evened this game up at 1 apiece.
That's a tough one there for Robinson. Again, I said he was fearless. He's got their best scorer barreling down on him, and he tried to come in and just take the ball away and wasn't able to get his feet on it. Rodriguez was, and we've got a tie ball game.
So even at a goal apiece, and everything's back to 0, and all of a sudden we've got a 35-minute and 32-second contest.
That was a tough break for Robinson in goal there. So close to getting his foot on that ball and getting it out of there.
By the way, for Rodriguez, that is now his 15th goal of the year. 15 out of 33 on the team.
Wow.
35 minutes, 15 seconds to go. We are even at a goal apiece. And now we'll see if Poudre kind of gets something going a little extra off the goal. Here's Kenyon. Kenyon passes over to the left side, and Spencer. Spencer has it, tries to get around Sarmiento works to the left side, gets tripped up, and don't think there's going to be a whistle.
It's actually Andrew Beers over there. So we're going to get a corner kick here for Liberty.
See if they can answer right away.
Parker Wells did a great job last time. They've had some good chances on the corner kicks.
It is Parker Wells once again to put it in. Here it comes, right in
Wick
front
is
of the
there.
head, and just off the head and off to the right. Oh, what a great opportunity. Another opportunity from the right
there
side.
It is.
It's in the goal!
Great
That's
job.
the goal!
How about Clinton Spencer just barreling in there, telling everybody, calm down, I got this. 2-1. Another great job by Alex Sullivan sending this ball in there. The first header is stopped. Wow. Clinton Spencer just barrels over the goaltender to get the goal. 2-1 Lancers.
Just penetrate right there. Try to use his chest to get that thing in.
I've never really quite seen anybody play it off their body toward the goal like that.
Yeah, but he saw it right there, and he just wanted to deflect it in, and that's exactly what Clinton Spencer did, the senior.
Huge goal for the Lancers. I would think that the longer the game went at 1-1, Poudre would get more and more confidence just because they had scored the latest goal.
17 goals for Spencer this year.
Amazing.
17 of the team's 39. So he, much like Rodriguez, accounts for almost half of the team's scoring. 2-1 game. Liberty leads. What a goal.
That was amazing.
Sometimes when things break down is when you've got the best opportunity to score.
Yep. Now you got to play some good defense. Of course, the goaltender, Hector Torrales, didn't really know what to do with it there. He had a defender right next to him. But Clinton Spencer was not going to be denied.
Just over 33 minutes to go here in this contest, and Liberty holding on to a 2-1 lead after it took the better part of 36 minutes to get a single goal. As on the right side, this is Sullivan. Sullivan has it right on the sideline. Tries to get around. Now he finds Spencer on the right side. Actually, this is Kenyon. Kenyon puts it on goal, and a good save by Torrales coming to the right side.
And it was still in. It did not go off the end line, so Poudre keeps the ball alive and now comes back the other way.
Very exciting first 7 or so minutes of this second half, as these teams have changed up their styles evidently just a bit. Seidel had it, moves it to the middle. Coming over to the right side, it's Roche. Now down to the corner. Rodriguez is right in front of the goal. He's looking to head it, and coming out and knocking that away is Kyle Robinson, the fearless one.
I am telling you, again, fearless. Not even worried about anyone around him, playing the ball. Did a good job playing it down, though, and keeping it back for the Lancers could move it out of there.
Poudre's playing with a little bit more urgency here in the second half. And we'll see if there's a whistle. There's got to be.
He grabbed the Impala player and tried to work his way around. Here again, Kyle Robinson in the goal. Oh, man. Hector Rodriguez was coming in for the header. Robinson, a taller player, knew he could play that ball higher than Rodriguez could get to.
We are over 8 minutes into this second half. We've had more action in the first 8 minutes of this second half than we did in 40 minutes of the first half.
Certainly.
Teams have loosened up a little bit, I guess.
Nice moves.
Spencer with it. Moves it ahead. And trying to keep possession of it. Good defense there. And Spencer still has all that work. And Spencer never loses it. Now Spencer gets it again, but it goes over to the left side, and Hernandez pushes it away. Two teams very physical right now. Ball is deflected away by Parker Wells out of bounds. Poudre has it. Roche trying to get around the corner, centering pass. It's right in front now. It's going to come back out to the top. Liberty really needs to clear. They do so back towards midfield, but Poudre is able to keep possession of it. Just over 30 minutes left here in this contest. It's 2-1 in favor of Liberty. Liberty could use another goal. Thompson has it deflected. Now it comes back over at the top, put on goal.
Look out.
On the left side, Rodriguez, and coming out once again, Kyle Robinson. With Rodriguez bearing down on him, he was able to grab it.
He does not worry about a thing. A nice pass inside there. And Rodriguez, I'll tell you what, if Rodriguez could have gotten his foot on that pass, Kyle Robinson would have been in trouble.
The question is, how does Rodriguez get that deep without two guys on him?
Liberty's got to be careful.
We are 10 minutes into this second half. It's 2-1 in favor of Liberty as Spencer gets knocked down. He is still down on the ground as we speak, and the ball is going to come out of bounds, and it looks like Spencer might be hurt.
That's not good.
Spencer's taking a long time standing up. The official comes over to take a look at him and see if he's going to be okay, and he is going to stand up. We'll see if he stays in, and looks like he will.
Shaking up a bit, the official you can see there talking to him, making sure he's all right. Just maybe needed a breather. It's always good, you take a breather when you're up. Right?
That's true.
Clock's running.
Pass to the middle. That was Kenyon who had it. Now they send it down towards the corner, and it's going to go out of bounds.
Liberty's got to hang tough defensively now. I wonder if you want to pack it in more now. So now that especially since you've given up the goal, it seems to me like Poudre's getting guys behind the defense a little bit too much here in the second half.
You can see both sides of it because when you're up just one, we saw Poudre. With a guy like Rodriguez, you can pretty much score at any moment. Do you really want to hurt your offense when a goal could tie it? As that's Rodriguez. Rodriguez loses
nice
it.
Job.
Comes back to the middle, though. As Hernandez has it. Hernandez passes over to the right side, and they're going to come out to the top, and Mason Arndt.
Ryan Sagstetter, a good job taking possession back on the other side, but Poudre comes right back.
Sent forward, and luckily right there is Kyle Robinson to come out and grab that.
We were trying to get to Eduardo Hernandez on that one. Hernandez and Rodriguez, both really, really quick players for Poudre. Got to keep your eye on them both.
28-25 to go. 2-1, Liberty looking to advance. For Liberty, Kenyon has it. Kenyon gets it back out to Thompson. Thompson works the left side, gets it to Beers. Beers brings it up, now back over to Kenyon. Kenyon to Beers. Centering pass, and it gets deflected away. Alex Sullivan was hanging out right in front of the goal.
Should be a corner. Good job by Andrew Beers there to try and work the ball. He did have Sullivan headed towards the goal. Probably wanted to send it into the box, but the Poudre player knocked it out.
Parker Wells will put it in. We see for Poudre, Jan Stelzner is going out of the game. Parker Wells, corner, comes right in front, right side, and unable to get much on it. It comes back out to the top. Now still in front of the goal. Poudre gets it back. Good slide tackle. Keeps it, and it looks like a Poudre player is down.
Taryn Riefschneider was on the right-hand side there. If he could have corralled that thing with his feet. Oh, we got a card. Got a yellow card on Sean Van Wyck for Liberty. Van Wyck. Sorry. Van Wyck family. If it's Van Wyck.
I was with you. I thought it was
announcer. I thought it was Wyck.
I thought it was Wyck as well. If it's Van Wyck, we've been calling him by the wrong name all year.
Yes.
27-17. So 3 yellow cards in this contest now. 2 for Poudre, 1 for Liberty. It was 1-0 at halftime. It's 2-1 now in favor of Liberty.
It's been a physical game, though. You can expect cards in physical games.
Ball gets deflected back towards midfield. This is Thompson, I beg your pardon. Thompson had it, loses it.
Look out.
Sent down towards Rodriguez. And Rodriguez cannot keep a hold of it as he trips and falls on the left sideline.
And the Liberty fans are going to give him a little bit of trouble about that. Liberty fans out in full force tonight for this playoff game.
It's a chilly night.
Of course, they didn't have very far to go.
No.
They just walk across the parking lot to the stadium.
But it is a chilly night.
It is very chilly.
Luckily, we have a little bit of heat in this room.
Several blankets in the stands here at District 20
yes.
Stadium.
On
Foot
the
race.
left side, Mellinger cannot get to it. And a little bit of snow is starting to blow in now. It's blowing into the booth.
Yes, it is.
All of our 20 TV crew, they do not have the luxuries that we have here somewhat on the indoors.
We do have the wind blowing at us, though. Camera guys. Alan Nygren, Adam Drake, Rob Parrish out there in the cold. Of course, they have coats. These soccer players are wearing shorts, Matt.
Yeah, I could never do that.
No.
25 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Liberty has it, 2-1 lead, sent down on the left side, and Poudre is going to get it back. They're going to bring it back into their defensive zone, try to set something up offensively, move it across midfield, send it down and a little bit too far for Hector Rodriguez. Rodriguez put his hand up basically saying, all right, send it down, I'm ready.
Yeah.
But just too much was put on it. And now if you're Liberty, you take every second that you possibly can here at this moment.
Yep. Kyle Robinson, do I want to kick it off at this blade of grass or this one? This one will do.
Just under 26 minutes to go. Ball comes right back to Robinson. Robinson will hold. He'll wait for everybody
They
to.
certainly run Hector Rodriguez at the goal every time.
That's their best chance to score. Just being volleyed back and forth at midfield.
Look out.
Here's Rodriguez, left side.
Sagstetter's got to catch up with him.
Yeah, defense has got to
Nice
set
job,
up,
Ryan.
and Sagstetter indeed just knocks it out of bounds. Now Rodriguez will send it in.
Poudre quickly throwing it in, trying to keep Liberty off balance.
Bring it to the top. Liberty comes up with the steal, pushing it forward. Sent all the way down the field, and Torales, the keeper, is going to have to come out, and he hasn't had much action tonight.
Certainly hasn't.
Torales.
Oh, he gets to kick his own ball this time.
Yep. And he's got a good leg on him.
Yeah, they've been having Ian Hughes kick it. I'm not sure why.
Finally gets to kind of punt one himself, and it was had a lot of distance on it. 3 minutes, 50 seconds away from the halfway point of this second half.
That's too much for me to think about.
Poudre will send it in from the sideline.
Okay, if you can hear that in the background, folks, that's the Poudre cheerleaders. They came up for the game.
Ball comes to the right side of the net. They're bundled up.
Yep, but I don't see the Liberty cheerleaders. Not sure why.
I don't know. I don't know the dynamics of cheerleading.
Perhaps it's something we should look up.
I'll give you that assignment. It's your project for the week.
All right.
23 minutes to go. 2-1. Poudre sends it down. Trying to get something going. Rodriguez had it for a moment, has it deflected back towards midfield. Poudre keeps it in their offensive zone. Now over to the right side. Liberty sends it back. This is Thompson. Thompson sends it towards midfield. Liberty trying to possess. Holding on right side. Now a pass up the right side. This is intended for Reifschneider. He had it. Reifschneider's pass to the middle, though, could not be held on to. And here comes Poudre one more time. But Liberty's got it, and Liberty is packing it in defensively now. They have changed, as right now, all but one player are in the defensive zone for Liberty. Rodriguez again, left side. He's looking to get a shot on goal. He's got three guys around him. He finally goes down from the back, but a whistle.
They might call
Are we
push on this. I'm not sure.
Going to get a free kick. Out in front.
Sagstetter, well, it looked worse than it was.
Yeah.
At full speed, Sagstetter looked to maybe have thrown him down. I think his arm was just hanging out there and got him a little bit in the back. But this is a prime opportunity for Hector Rodriguez.
Rodriguez, we'll see if he's going to be the one to put in play or if he's going to be set up somewhere else. Liberty will set up the wall.
Sarmiento's there as well, as is Hernandez
Those are the
for the
real
Impalas.
three offensive weapons. Obviously,
Now they move Hernandez in by the wall.
Rodriguez outshines everybody offensively. And it is going to be either Sarmiento or Hernandez to put it in, and the ball goes wide right.
The Poudre fans thought that thing was in. They were pretty excited about it. It was a decent kick, but just a little bit too far to the right.
You got to do a little bit better on that play.
How about Kyle Robinson? He must know exactly where those posts are. He was not worried about it whatsoever.
Robinson puts his foot into it. It comes to midfield. Liberty still has it. Thompson sends it across midfield, and here come Liberty moving forward as Spencer has it, loses it, gets it back. Kenyon's out there. 20 minutes, 35 seconds to go. Veering it towards the right side, and this time it is Spencer, and Spencer loses it, gets it kind of kicked back into his face, still goes after it.
Wow.
And it comes back out towards midfield. He might not have known where he was, but his instincts at that point did well. Now a fight for the ball.
The foul on Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
Sagstetter did a good job.
Rodriguez was trying to do anything he could to get possession of it, and he did a little bit too much.
Yes, he did. Sagstetter did a good job going after that ball. And Clinton Spencer's playing with reckless abandon right now. I mean, he scored the goal off his body, and now he's just like trying to be anywhere he can around the ball on the offensive side.
We have eclipsed the halfway point of this second half. 19 minutes and 50 seconds to go. It's 2-1 in favor of Liberty. Matt Pauley, Brian German, our entire 20 TV crew. Going far out to the left side, Zach Umana. Umana has it. He's moving towards the net. He's going to try to center it, but he gives it right over to Ian Hughes, who gets it out of bounds.
Well, if you're Liberty, though, if you can keep it on this end of the field, the longer you can keep it down here, the better you got to feel with the 2-1 lead.
19:27 to go. And at this point, don't tell me that those Liberty players aren't glancing at the clock. They know exactly how much time is left, and they're counting down to a third-round appearance. 2-1 our score. Ball sent forward. Stolen away by Gonzalez. Gonzalez had it for a moment. Poudre gets it back.
Jose
Gonzalez across midfield. Sent down to Rodriguez, and it gets right to the goalie, Kyle Robinson.
That's exactly the way Poudre wants to score. If they can get the ball over the defense like that, get Rodriguez running. It's a scary thing for Kyle Robinson.
But he doesn't look like he's scared by it.
No. If I were Kyle Robinson, I would be scared.
But you're not Kyle Robinson.
Therefore, I'm not. Well, he's not. Well, you're right. Something like that.
18 and a half minutes to go.
You just confused me.
Thompson has it. Doesn't take much. Thompson on the left side. Working towards the left, working towards the goal. Thompson, somewhat centering pass. And gets all the way out to Torales, and he kind of gave up a rebound there.
Ryan Kenyon was there. I'm surprised he didn't charge at that net a little better. He could have maybe got a shot off that rebound.
Torales punts it again. He's got a really good leg. I don't get why they've been using Hughes. Sent forward on the right side again. There is Kyle Robinson coming out of the goal. I don't know if we've seen another goalie this year that comes out of the net as much as Robinson.
It's a really good play. Just like a hockey goaltender, when you come out, the further you come out for the goal, the less they really have to shoot at around you. So I think maybe that's the philosophy Kyle Robinson has been taught, and it's the way he's playing, certainly.
Every once in a while you'll get burned by it, but I think Robinson has been, for the most part, pretty sound. 2-1 is our score. Moving towards the net. And now the ball gets back out towards midfield. That's Preston Roche who was juking and jiving over there.
Really impressed with Jalen Thompson in this game.
Yes.
He's played really well for Liberty.
Sometimes an assist is more impressive than a goal, and I think that was the case early on in the game when Ryan Kenyon had the goal to make it a 1-0 game. And defensively, Thompson's everywhere. Ball sent down. It's in the middle of the field and being sent down. Clinton Spencer, he rolled a couple times, but no whistle. He might have a few bruises on his body come tomorrow.
Yep.
Sent forward towards Reifschneider. Reifschneider Couldn't hold on now
Look out.
towards the top of the goal, and it's sent a rebound given up, but nobody is there, and Liberty just sends it out of bounds very smartly.
Sean Van Wyck there defensively. Robinson probably thought he was going to play. I think it didn't have as much on it as he thought.
Kind of short hop.
Hit the ground, yeah.
From the left side, that is Rodriguez, and Rodriguez doesn't get anything on it, but it goes out of bounds, and that sets up a corner kick. Poudre has not been impressive on their corner kick opportunities and free kick opportunities today. We'll see if they do anything a little different here.
Well, Rodriguez is the guy they want to kick it. He just hasn't been getting a lot of elevation on the ball, and frankly, Liberty's a little bit taller than the Poudre players. They get better plays on these, I think.
It's sent in front of the net, and it's just caught in the middle of traffic. There's Kyle Robinson again.
Here's a kick. Robinson just, like I said, he's not afraid of anything. Poudre players flying all around him. He just steps up and grabs the ball. What are you guys doing?
15 and a half left. Liberty's going to send it down. Comes over to the right side. Reifschneider's there, but it comes back out towards midfield. Liberty trying to hold on to it, and there's Rodriguez. I'm not quite sure what the point of the slide tackle was there for Rodriguez.
No.
All he does is knock it out of bounds. He's playing, I think, frustrated right now. If you look at his body language, Rodriguez is not real happy.
Nope. We got some substitutions coming in. Reifschneider will come out. Looks like Jose Gonzalez is coming out as well. Alex Sullivan comes back in.
Ryan Sagstetter comes in as well.
Beers is back in as well.
So those guys got to rest. And at this point, if you're Greg Braha, you want to keep rested, fresh guys out on the field, especially when you got as much depth as Liberty has.
Yep.
Stolen away by Sarmiento. Sarmiento sends it forward for Hernandez. Hernandez has it as he moves it towards midfield. Now this is Roche with it. Roche puts it up towards Rodriguez, but he is just offsides.
Whew.
That's the thing that's a little bit confusing about this, because a lot of times they overshoot Rodriguez, but if they don't overshoot him, more often than not, he is offsides.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know what you do.
It's tough. As Liberty, though, I'd just have a couple guys back.
Yeah.
Overshoot Rodriguez all you want. I'm going to be here.
13 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Comes back to the top. This is Spencer.
Oh.
Spencer puts it on net, and it's wide right, and he's frustrated with himself.
Thought he had a good shot there, and sent it a little bit wide right. I think he was trying to push it to the left and just didn't get enough foot on it.
This time it is Hughes to put it in play. I have no clue what they do, why they are doing that.
Me neither.
Because Torales has a good leg. Sent forward. This is Spencer. Spencer heads it back over to the left. Now Spencer comes and gets it. He's just a pinball right there, and then he doesn't get much contact on it, and he's frustrated with himself again.
Oh, Spencer and Kenyon working the give and go there, and yeah, he just didn't get enough foot on that ball. You always want to make a goaltender work. If a goaltender's got to dive and stop a shot, you feel okay about it. It's when they just stand there and catch the ball. It's not a big deal.
By the way, Rangeview and Denver East are tied at 1 in the second half, as the winner of that game will take on the winner of this game. We'll keep you updated on that. And for folks sticking around at fox21news.com/games, we will have the second game of this doubleheader coming up a little bit after this one, Brian.
That's right. The Pine Creek Eagles will be taking on Chatfield in that one. Pine Creek, the 4th seed. So you expect the Eagles to be there, but this is going to be a heck of a challenge for them.
It's a 7 o'clock start, so if you're watching live right now online, that game will start in about an hour. Our pregame coverage in 45, 50 minutes or so. From the right side, Clinton Spencer, centering pass left side, and it goes off the head of Andrew Beers.
Andrew Beers better watch himself. He kicked the post afterwards. A nice crossing pass by Ryan Kenyon. And Beers, watch the frustration. Ooh, boy, you don't want to kick metal when it's this cold out.
No.
Well, you never really want to kick metal. He just didn't get his head high enough to get the header down. I like what Liberty's doing, though. They continue to attack up 2-1.
And Poudre just keeps trying to get Rodriguez down in front of the goal. That's their only play. Rodriguez is on the left side right now. They send it towards him, and he's got it on goal, wide left as it deflects away out towards the corner, and it's going to be just barely saved inbounds. Another opportunity, headed away, back down towards the corner, and it's going to go out of bounds as Poudre a couple opportunities.
They escaped a tough one there, and Parker Wells, I believe, got in the way. Sagstetter tried to stop Rodriguez as he was going towards the net, and then it was Wells that actually got that ball out of there, out of danger. Here it is on the replay. This is Sagstetter. Couldn't stop it, took a fall. Parker Wells did a good job deflecting that. Now the corner kick.
It comes in, and right there once again is Mr. Robinson.
Hey, Mr. Robinson. Oh, it was Mrs. Robinson,
it was.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
But we've got Mr. Robinson here.
Cuckoo.
He's having a heck of a day in goal, and he's just over 10 minutes away from leading his team to the third round. But that's a long 10 minutes if you're Liberty.
Yep, especially if the ball is going to be down in this end.
10 minutes, 3 seconds left. 2-1 our score. That's all right.
A little fur ball or something.
Checking back in for Poudre, number 9, Daniel Contreras.
And if you're Poudre, you don't want to press too much, but you really got to do something.
At this point, I think you do go all out offensively. I think you gamble.
And they took Rodriguez out of the game, didn't they?
Maybe they're just trying to get him a couple minutes rest for something else. So they can't rest him long, that's for sure. Trip not called. Shot on goal goes wide left. That was off the foot of Eduardo Hernandez.
Yeah, they probably want to give Rodriguez just a little bit of a rest. Let him warm up a little bit there on the sideline maybe. 9 minutes left, and of course, Mr. Robinson is going to take his time to put this thing in play.
I don't know how much time you can let Rodriguez sit on the bench, though.
I'm really surprised. Here we go.
Right side. Spencer has it. He's a round one defender. He's got to get a shot off. He does, and it comes a little bit left. That might have been a pass. Yep. He's up. He has been frustrated with himself more than anybody else over the last 3-4 minutes as he takes a bite of his jersey.
I believe he was trying to get that over to Andrew Beers because he hit the defender in front of the goal. He is just upset with himself.
Oh.
Right now he's got the game leading goal. We'll call it the leading goal. Parker Wells to put this one in for the corner.
Shot on goal or corner kick comes in front of the goal is what I mean to say. Comes out towards Thompson. Thompson has it for a moment, trying to get it back, and Poudre's able to come up with it. They send it down the left side, but it's a little bit too far for Daniel Contreras. That is where Rodriguez normally would have been, and that would have been a great opportunity for Rodriguez.
Certainly would have been.
With a head of steam going towards the goal.
Contreras not half the speed of Rodriguez. Rodriguez now waiting on the sideline to come back in, I believe.
Sending it in from the sideline, Alex Sullivan. And this is Kenyon. Kenyon, he's going to put it on goal left side.
Nice save.
Torales is right there to make the save.
That was a good shot on goal by Kenyon there. Here we watch it again. He got everything he wanted on it, and I think he put it right where he wanted it. But Torales came out and took that one away.
7.5 minutes to go.
Whew. Nice save.
Ball out in front of the goal.
Look out.
Put forward and just wide right off the head of Eduardo Hernandez. Hernandez was no more than 1.5 feet away from tying this game up with basically a wide open net. As you could see the goaltender Robinson going to the left, and he just stayed down on the ground.
Hernandez went parallel to the ground trying to head that one. A great attempt, and I think it would have gone in.
Yeah.
Kyle Robinson wasn't quite in good position for that one.
No, that's a goal. If you put that on net, that is a goal, assuming you're over on the right side of the net. Ball's going to be Kicked out towards midfield. Liberty holds on. 6.5 minutes to go. And for Rodriguez, he is back in. We'll see if you got to get it on his foot.
Yep.
Got to get it on his foot at some point.
If you're Liberty, got to make sure it doesn't get on his foot. Keep it off his foot.
Just over 6 minutes left.
Just possess the ball if you're the Lancers.
And that's what they're trying to do right now. They're just going to play catch, so to speak. Now they'll send it over towards the right side. It's taken away by Poudre. Poudre's going to move it forward as Rodriguez streaks down the left sideline. A little bit too far, and there's Kyle Robinson to pick that thing up.
Nice job by Ryan Sagstetter there.
Robinson will walk with it for a moment.
Excuse me, that was Sean Benwick.
Sent down towards the offensive zone for Liberty. Comes back out. This is Thompson. Thompson works over the left side. They save it in bounds. It's still in bounds, even though Poudre has it. And now back to the right side. And this is Hernandez. Hernandez slows it down. Oh, I guess there was a whistle. I guess they're going to bring it back.
Yep, they're going to bring it back and give it to Liberty. The Poudre coach is not happy. Eric Eckhoff did not like that call. He's standing right over there. Could see the line, but they called a foul, and they're giving it to the Lancers.
5 minutes left. It's Liberty leading 2-1. Winner of this game moves on. Loser of this game has their season come to an end. Ball put in play down towards the goal. Comes back out. Poudre's got it. And a bit of a check by Ryan Kenyon. And Poudre's going to keep it. I think there's some talking going on down there, too.
I believe so, too. There's the foul. Poudre will get the free kick here.
If you're Poudre, just keep your mouth shut and try to score a goal.
Yep.
Here comes the free kick. Comes out towards in front of the goal, but Liberty's right there. Upended. Now the ball goes way wide right.
Those are kind of tougher shots to handle if you're a goaltender because you can't really see around all those bodies in front of you, and all of a sudden here comes a ball soaring over the top of him. Kyle Robinson's got to be ready for that. 4 minutes. If Liberty can get this ball in the offensive end and just keep possession.
3 minutes, 55 seconds to go. Ball comes out towards midfield. It is deflected away by Seidel. Fight for possession, and Liberty's got it with Kenyon. Kenyon brings it forward. Now he's just trying to keep a hold of it. He still has it somehow, some way. Still has it. One man to beat. He's in front of the goal. He's got it. He loses it. He beat guys multiple times, but then Poudre just was able to get it, and now a shot on goal. Terralis is there to make the save.
Ryan Kenyon had a good shot on goal there again. Gets all the foot into that one. Terralis.
Almost got the corner.
Yep.
Just over 3 minutes to go.
Oh, is there a call? Yep.
There's got to be, as we saw Seidel put down a Liberty player pretty hard.
Here it is again. Ow.
I think
that's Clinton Spencer going down. He went down earlier and took a breather.
He's had a
Look at him.
I guess Poudre's talking right now.
Poudre's talking.
Yeah.
Clinton Spencer letting us know. Good talkers out here. 3:03 and the clock will start again here.
What a physical matchup today. The free kick ends up going out of bounds, and it's going to go off the end line.
It's going to be a corner. Parker Wells will take it.
And you can take as much time as you want at this point, and I think Clinton Spencer is still kind of looking back at Hector Rodriguez. And now Rodriguez is going to back up. And you see that Parker Wells kind of worked that ground a little bit, make sure it was exactly the way he wanted it. Ball comes out in front of the net on the corner kick. It comes all the way across. That's Beers trying to save it. He does so, but Poudre gets it back. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Liberty leads 2-1. Trying to hold on to this lead. This is Rodriguez with it on the right side. He's going to try to bring it back over to the left. Now he passes it over. They got to get it back to Rodriguez. It comes out to him at the top. Rodriguez has it. They tried to take it away from him. He's being double teamed. Now he comes back out with it, continues to possess it, passes back over the right side. They'll give it over to Sarmiento. Now this is Rodriguez getting close to the net. He centers it. It's deflected away. Comes back out to about towards midfield. Liberty has it. They're going to push it beyond midfield and to their offensive side of the field, but Poudre gets it right back. Now it's going back and forth across the two midfields, or across from one side of the field to the other is what I mean to say. Either way, Liberty with it. Liberty's got it. Sent down on the right side, and it's deflected off the foot of Eric Eggleton, and it goes out of bounds.
Now you're getting to that point where you really got to take your time. You're under a minute and a half. Take your time, possess the ball, keep it down in your end, and you can just take this home, head to the Elite Eight.
Sullivan has it down in the corner, and they're just fighting to keep it in bounds. Sullivan had it, goes back out of bounds, and that's off the inline. Is that going to be another corner? Is that off of Poudre?
Yep.
I think it is. Less than a minute to go. Liberty leads 2-1.
Parker Wells just jogging nonchalantly over to take the corner kick.
The ball's not even over there yet.
Clock rolls.
The Liberty faithful to their feet. 43 seconds to go. Parker Wells puts it on goal. On the corner kick. Torales is right there, pushes it away. He's going to punt it back towards midfield. Not much on that one, and Liberty's able to keep it in their offensive side of the field. Now Poudre gets it back with 23 seconds to go. This is Rodriguez. Rodriguez sends it ahead on the left side. Seidel, it was intended for him. It gets pushed back, and it comes back out to Poudre on their defensive side. Again, this is kicked well down the field. Poudre's looking for one more opportunity. 7 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go. 2-1.
Liberty wins
is our final score as Liberty gets the win, and they move on to the third round of the 5A soccer tournament here in the state of Colorado to take on either Rangeview or Denver East as they hold on for one heck of a win.
Great job by Liberty, and just the resiliency of this team. Greg Braha's team is they had the lead 1-0. You felt like maybe it could have just stayed 1-0 the whole day, and now there you see the fans. Some of the fans coming down to the field to celebrate with the Lancers. But Poudre came out and got that goal in the second half, and the stands just kind of deflated a little bit. I think a lot of the fans were a little bit worried at that point. But just a few minutes later, it was Clinton Spencer who came in and got that game winner.
2-1, our final score. We'll step aside for just a moment, come back, wrap things up, and get set for our second game of our doubleheader tonight. But we'll give you the final numbers from this one coming up in just a moment here on 20 TV. Two to one is our final score. Welcome back into District 20 Stadium. This was the first goal of the night by Ryan Kenyon with just a little bit less than 4 minutes left in the first half, and at that point it looked like that might be a game winner. But you get the second half underway, and just like that, putting in a goal about 5 minutes into the second half, Hector Rodriguez, as he scores 1-1 at that point. But just a couple minutes later, coming in and just finding a way to will that goal in, Clinton Spencer scores. 34-17 was left at that point. They play the final 34-17 scoreless, and Liberty gets the win over Poudre 2-1. Brian German, what a contest in game number 1 of our doubleheader.
That was an impressive win by the Liberty Lancers, and now 2 impressive wins. Now, obviously, they're the higher seed in this game, but of course the big upset the previous week. The Lancers still alive in the round of 8. There will be 8 teams left at the end of the week in 5A soccer playoffs. The Liberty Lancers are one of them. And last we heard, Denver East or Rangeview, that game's still tied at 1-1.
Liberty moves to 10-6-1 on the season. Poudre has their season end at 12-4. We've got another game coming up in a little bit less than an hour.
It's going to be fun. That should be a great one as well, and hopefully Pine Creek can get District 20 another win.
Do want to remind folks you can order a DVD copy of this broadcast tonight by emailing us 20tv@asd20.org or give us a call 719-234-1780. We're going to take a few moments. We're going to go get ourselves some hot chocolate, maybe some stew. We'll see what happens, and we'll be back with the folks who are watching live via fox21news.com/games coming up in just a little while. But this contest is over, and this part of our broadcast is over as well. Liberty wins over Poudre 2-1. Now we'll see if Pine Creek can be another District 20 team to move on as well. We'll have that game coming up later right here on 20 TV.